Hi, my name is Angela Galloway, and I'm going to be your Math 146 online instructor this semester. So I wanted to do a quick little video to welcome you to the class, and then also answer a few questions about our Blackboard page and just getting started in our class. And then I'll also probably make another video after that that talks specifically about how to access our assignments and do some of that in my stat lab, or my math lab for our class. So I'm going to show you in Blackboard what you would see. So you should have your list of classes here. You would click on our class, and then you'll see announcements and other important things to the class. Now some of these you may not see. Let me turn it off here so it kind of looks like your student preview would look. So right now I've got this mock announcement, but probably when you look at this it'll have the updated announcement with this video there. But basically a welcome and then just giving you some of the highlights of the class. I do also have a course link here that will take you directly to the syllabus quiz that you have to take during the first week of classes. So this is due on Friday the 17th. So if you're trying to find that, it's kind of going to have a quick link there for you to get to. But we use that syllabus quiz within the first week just to make sure that you have gotten all the important information about the class out of the way, and that you are planning on participating in the class, so you're not dropped from the class during the first week. So if you don't do that quiz, then you are dropped as a no-show from the class, all right? But some other things that we'll see on here that you might use throughout the semester. Right here is the syllabus and class information. So you can see here we have our syllabus and schedule, so you can click on those. You can print them off if you want to keep a copy in a notebook or a folder that maybe you use every time you're working on this class. The schedule is going to be good for looking at all the due dates, and we'll see another spot we can find that later. These are important dates just for the college, so wanting to know about, like, if I drop at this point, how much financial aid will I get back, or when is the college campus closed. Those kind of things can be found here, and those all pertain to the Sky CTC campus because that's where I'm located, is here in Bowling Green at Sky CTC. Some information about netiquette, just knowing what's proper as far as emailing, how to address different people, those things. So if you're maybe new to an online class or new to college in general, that might be something good to kind of look over. This spot you may use throughout the semester if you need some help with different things. So again, if you're a new student, you might have some questions about Blackboard or other things, maybe email or some of the other items that you might be using on your computer. And so you can go here. There's lots of different places to find help for that. But then if you specifically need MyLabs Plus help, so that's where we're going to be doing all our homework and assignments. These are just some of the things that students most commonly ask. So in general, you can always just click here to go straight to Pearson and decide if you want to chat, or you can just look up some common topics, because probably if you're having an issue with it, there's 50,000 probably other students that have had the same issue in the last however many years Pearson has been around doing the My Math Lab. So you probably can find something similar. But if that doesn't help, maybe you can look down here and see some of these common solutions that I'll give to students, just kind of helping. As far as pop-ups, you do have to have pop-ups allowed for the MyLabs to work, because that's how the little homework problems come up. So if you're not getting them to load, then you need to make sure that you allow that. Most of us have pop-up blockers on because we don't want those when we're on most sites, but for the MyLabs we do. All right, and then at the very bottom of this page is the syllabus quiz again, so that's where you can get to it. And so then you've got your instructor info, so there's me, and just a little information about me, where my office is if you happen to be in Bowling Green. Then you're welcome to come and see me during my office hours, just like my regular, lecture class students are. If you are not on this campus, then those office hours might give you a good time to know when to call me, because if you call me during some other times, you know, I probably won't be in the office. These are all central times since I'm in Bowling Green. And then we've got our course schedule, which is very important because you want to know when things are due, right, and what you have in this class. So pretty much every week we have something assigned, but some of these homeworks, you know, may just take you 15 or 30 minutes. You know, they're not necessarily ones that you're going to spend hours and hours on. Depending on the topic, you know, there may just be 10 questions in the homework, there could be 20. You know, it really just depends on what we're covering in that section. So I don't require you to, you know, read the textbook or look at my lecture notes or videos, but I'm assuming that you're probably going to be doing that as you're trying to work through these assignments. So you can see the first week that we start, you're going to have your syllabus quiz due, and then basically just starting on your Unit 1 assignment. So maybe you start off by watching some of the lecture videos or reading through the textbook. That's kind of up to you. But then the next week, week 2, you'll have 2 of the homework assignments due, and those are both based on different voting methods we're going to learn about. So we start off talking about voting methods, which is a little strange to most people. A lot of people haven't studied that like in a math class. So it will probably be something new to you. So, you know, it might take a little more time just to study through, make sure you understand all the terminology. But the math part is actually not real complicated in there. It's more of a procedure thing. So you won't be using your calculator much at the first part, but we will later on, of course. But so you can see here what we've got coming up. We do have 2 proctored exams in this course. So we have a proctored midterm that would be done right before spring break, and then a proctored final. Both of those are going to be worth 20% of your grade instead of just having the final exam being worth 40%. We're going to split it up into 2 exams. And if you've never taken an online class before, a proctored exam means that you have to go to some testing center location and have someone proctor the exam for you. So they're password protected exams. You wouldn't be able to take it on your own at home. Any other assignment, homework, or unit tests you can do at home, but the proctored exams you have to go somewhere, you know, show your ID so we know that it really is you doing all this coursework. So we do have another button here that talks more about proctored exams, how to do them, what they really are. Registration links for those are not up yet. They won't open up until later. But I'll set Blackboard announcements when that time comes around. But just be thinking about where you might have a proctored exam at. You know, if you're in Bowling Green, then you probably would use the proctored exam center here at the main campus or maybe in Franklin. But if you're at another location, you want to find what, you know, the closest KCTCS is to you and figure out how do they expect me to set up my proctored exam and all that. Some centers let you just walk in and take a test. Some have email. Some have special programs online where you can just choose your time and all that stuff. So you just need to be aware of, you know, what different campuses expect you to do so you can be ready to do that. If you're not near any exam locations, like I've had students before that are deployed overseas or just in different states, then let me know as soon as possible so we can kind of talk about what some of your options are for testing. So you can go ahead and be thinking about that and getting it set up, especially since we'll have one, you know, in March and then also in May. You know how that is. Things come up really fast sometimes, so you want to make sure you've got all that planned out. All right, so that's some of the stuff that'll kind of stay the same throughout the semester. I'm not really going to change these very much. The class notes and videos is where you can go to see lecture notes that I have from my other classes. So this is kind of what you would get if you were in my lecture class. So they're already filled out, so you would just kind of go through and, you know, you can see the different examples. You can print these out and work them or whatever. But then also I have lecture videos where I am working through those lecture notes for you. So if you look here, the easiest way to find what you want is just to go what unit you're on. So you would be starting at Unit 1, right? And you would click here. And then you could see over here all the different ones that go along with it. So sometimes a chapter may take several videos just because I don't want them to be, 2 hours long. Sometimes it doesn't take as much, and then I'll usually put extra videos on here. If somebody asks a question about a certain homework problem, I may do a quick little video and add it in here. So it's possible that I might add more videos as we go along, but I'll try to keep them located in the right unit so you can easily find it. And then this welcome video and any of the other just introductory videos will also be here in its own playlist, just as introduction videos that you can go back and check if you need it. All right, so that's where you would go to see the lecture videos. That just takes you straight to the YouTube page. And then these are all our different lecture notes. They're color-coded by unit. So we have 4 different units or chapters that we cover, and we'll have a test at the end of each unit. And then our midterm will cover the first 2 units, and our final will cover the last 2 units. So that's how we're going to do that this semester. All right. Now for the class, what you need, you don't have to buy a book. So the book is optional. Most students don't buy it because you're going to see when we talk about the MyLabs that there's an e-textbook, and so you can use that. You also have access to all my lecture notes and videos, and that pretty much is going to cover anything that you would need to know from the book. So that should be sufficient, but if you're somebody that really likes to have the paper copy of the book, it is available in the bookstore. You also need a calculator of some sort. Most people can get by just fine with the scientific calculator. So this is TI-30X IIS. These are the ones that are probably like $10 or $12 at Walmart. But then if you already have a graphing calculator like this, an 83 or 84, any of those are good too. Now, of course, they're more expensive. They're going to be at least $100 probably. So if you don't already have one, I'm not going to say you have to go buy one, but I am going to talk throughout the semester about how to use it, and how it does make some of the problem solving easier. But I'm also aware that some of you are not going to have that calculator, so I make sure that all the problems on the test can be done with either of the calculators or by using Excel. We also are going to learn a little bit about using Excel mainly towards the end of the semester. And so all those options would be available for you when you take the final and the midterm exam. You can use calculators or Excel, whatever you're most comfortable with. All right, so that's all I've got for now. I am going to make another video since this one is already 13 minutes long. I'm going to go ahead and make another video that talks about how to use my math lab. You're going to see in Blackboard this login right here, and that's what's going to take us into my math lab where all your homework assignments will be. And so that's where I will start the next video. All right, so I'm looking forward to starting the semester. And if you have any questions before the semester starts or once we get started, feel free to email me at angela.galloway@kctcs.edu, and I'll be happy to answer whatever questions or concerns you might have. All right, I'm looking forward to a great semester with you, and I hope you really enjoy the class. Thanks.